Hi, my name is Kate. I'm also known as Two Little Kits. Welcome to my FlossTube. And this is Noodle. He's almost 3 months old. Actually, no, he is 3 months old now. Ragdoll cat. He is super cuddly, as you can see. He was just purring until I started talking because he was kind of asleep. He might be... Is he going back to sleep? Oh my gosh. But yeah, I want to talk about him and talk about a bunch of other stuff. So let's get started. No, he went back to sleep. He's so warm though. Hello friends. Oh, purr. Okay, so yeah, this is Noodle. He is our new cat that I mentioned in my last FlossTube. He was born on the 1st of January this year. So he's just turned 3 months old. He's very, very cuddly and very curious and very courageous. And I disturbed him because I wanted to record my FlossTube, but he was sleeping. So now he's just like, okay, this is my life now. He's doing really well with our 2 other cats that we have, Zoe and Milo. Zoe is just antisocial, like on her best day. So for her, the fact that she stopped hissing at him. Okay. Hello. He's so sleepy. Okay. There you go. Yeah, the fact that she's stopped hissing at him is like really good news. She doesn't want anything to do with him, but like we've had Milo, our younger cat, for almost 4 years. He turns 4 this month. Yeah, like she doesn't want anything to do with him. So yeah, she hasn't hit him, but she's stopped hissing at him. He wants to play with her, and when he does like try to sneak up and pounce on her, she's just like, later, and bolts away. And Milo has been doing really good. We've had him for 2 weeks now because I'm recording this on Sunday, so I'm gonna have a lot of editing to do tonight. Yeah, they've been playing together. Milo's had to learn how to play with another cat because he never learned how to. Never learned how to with Zoe. So he's doing really well. He's being very gentle. He's not using claws, and he hasn't hissed at Noodle at all. So yeah, it's going really well, and he's obviously very uncomfortable with being in this house. Like, it's very sad that he can't get comfortable and be happy at all. Yeah, this is, I mean, we knew what we were getting into. This is like classic ragdoll cat, but this is ridiculous. This is he's so happy. So this is Noodle. Welcome Noodle. Anyway, now I'm really hot, but I've dropped him back off at my family. So let's continue. I'm gonna dive right into a finished piece. This has been in the works for over a year, I'm pretty certain. And I didn't realize until this week, when I picked it back up again, how close I was to finishing it the last time I stopped working on it. So here is Pretty Little LA. I do need to actually get out the bleach because this is on white, thank God. I do need to bleach some of the fabric down here because, and I remember I was outside with my kids very early on in the project. It was during the summer break last summer. I knocked over a smoothie that I had on my work. It just makes me cringe even just saying that, but yeah, it didn't all come out properly. Most of it thankfully was over here, but there's a tiny bit here that will end up being in the hoop when I do mount it. I won't be doing any of this stuff, but I'll be, yeah, bleaching the fabric down there. And of course, the heater is just turned back on, so yay. But it's done. I'm very happy with how it's come out. I keep like double checking it, comparing it to the pattern, because I feel like there's something missing, that I was not as close to finishing as I appear to have been. But yeah, so now I get to start on Pretty Little Seattle, which I will likely grid up probably this week and get, I don't know, like 4 or 5, the first 4 or 5 colors, and have it on hand ready to work on when I feel like it. But yeah, I do like Pretty Little Sydney better than this one so far, and that could just be because it's Australia and I'm Australian, but I do like the little Hollywood sign. I think that's very cute. Peek around the corner and make sure you can see the whole thing. That's pretty cool. And of course my fabric did not want to iron very well, so you might be able to see all the creases. I think my lighting is helping me out, but yeah, it did get pretty dirty, but thankfully the dirt's kind of the edges, so I tried washing it and it didn't come out as well as I'd hoped. So let's move on to my next finished project slash still a work in progress of the Farming Magic stitch along. I've completed part 3, which is this part down here, sort of like from there across. So the wishing well, the cat, the duck, the bluebird, the little pink butterfly, the corn, and the water bucket. Part 4 will be coming out this coming week, which I'm excited about because this is just so colourful. It's very nice. And again, I'm still so glad that I'm doing it on 18 count, because otherwise it'd be enormous. So I finished that shortly after the last FlossTube, so that one's been on break for a week and a half now, which, yeah, it'll be nice to get back working back on it. We'll continue with works in progress. So I have this commission of 2 little cats. It sounds like almost my business, but these 2 little kitty cats in a portrait with a little toy mouse, and they're going to have a little like feather wand kind of thing above them with some writing down the bottom. So that one's super cute, and it has a lot of combined flosses to make up the cat's fur, but I'm almost done with all of that. It's much quicker. Sorry, it's coming together a lot quicker than I anticipated. There's a fair bit of back stitching to sort of delineate the front legs and the chin of the cats and other bits and pieces, but that's very cute. So I would expect I'll have this one done before next FlossTube, which I probably won't be able to show it off. It'll be a video. So there's that one, and then there's this one which was through a silent auction that I raised my hand to be a prize. That's the word I'm trying to think of. I've been started stitching the design that I'm pretty sure I shared last FlossTube. So it's this family of 4. They've got a dog that is going to be stitched over here with their family name down the bottom. So that one's coming along nicely. I'm really happy with how the jeans came out. There's actually 2 different sets of combined flosses for the pants, and you might be able to see it, but like in the middle on the outer edges of the pants, it's a bit lighter, like you would have sort of the faded front of pants, if that makes sense. I don't know terminology when it comes to clothing, but yeah, that's very cool to be working back on a Stitch People portrait. Every time I work on this, I keep remembering that I haven't done my own family portrait for 2022. I need to, you know what, I'm gonna write it down. Apparently I already have written it down. Oh well, I need to make some space on my desk, because my desk is a disaster right now. I've had a couple of things sort of living on my desk so that I won't forget about them. I haven't actioned them basically yet. So tisk tisk to me. So that's all of my works in progress, which is only 2 because technically it was 4. Hopefully that makes sense. So the other thing that is sort of stitchy related regarding a work in progress is I have signed up for Lola cross stitching's next stitch along, which is called Greenhouse Oddities. I'll put a link in the description if you want to sign up for it as well. I've got my fabric and I've got all the floss ready, well, almost ready to go. I'm missing 2 colors, which won't be a problem. And yeah, that one comes out in 2 weeks, I believe. I think it's the 14th of April. And yeah, I'm excited to do that. I really liked her Haunted Library, which I keep actually sort of thinking, yeah, I might pick that up and do some more work on it, especially given that I didn't have the current stitch along that I'm working on, and I finished the Pretty Little LA. I do have, I've always talked about, I do have other works in progress as well, but this is one that is sort of, yeah, it's kind of like an earworm, I guess, maybe, thinking about doing it. But yeah, it'll be great if you want to do it with me. Let's go. Something else that I've been working on that is not needlepoint related. So as a back story, when my mum was here visiting in February, my God, it was February, it wasn't last month anymore, she helped my youngest daughter learn how to crochet. I haven't crocheted, the last time I probably did was like just before COVID started, so it's been over 3 years. I knew that she would ask me to help her, so I found my hooks and I got a ball of yarn and refigured out how to do it, basically. And I wanted to work out something that was small that I could create, that didn't require a lot of yarn for the finished product, but make something, I guess, that was also potentially needlepoint related. So what I've been doing is knocking things over on my desk, but also I have been creating this little circle, which is pretty janky. Like, this isn't something that I'm going to sell anytime soon. Pretty janky. I actually like how the back looks. The little circles. I think they're cute. But this is a circle with like the magic ring. If you don't know, don't worry. It's got the magic ring in the middle, and it's the, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like the better way to increase your circle. But it has kind of turned into an octagon a little bit, probably my fault. But my plan is to get a hoop and to attach it into the middle hoop, which will probably be, once I've done this circle, like this last round around the circle, I'm showing it to you backwards, there we go, and then embroider different yarn, not thread, and make something cute with it. So I think that's pretty cool. I haven't done mixed media in a long time. It's not really mixed media because this isn't really a media, it's just a hoop. But yeah, I'm wondering what it's gonna look like. I'm hoping that it'll be kind of cute and it'll be something else that I can hang on my wall. Yeah, let me know what you think about that. If you've done that before, let me know in the comments below. But it was fun to be crafty again with something that wasn't stitching for, I think that took me like, honestly, it probably took me about 2 hours to do that, because I kept having to pull out what I'd done because I was doing it wrong, or I thought the final bit looked weird, or my tension was wonky on the previous row, and yeah, there was lots of trial and error, which is okay. Don't be afraid to fail. So that's, yeah, a thing that I'm working on as well. Moving on, as of yesterday, which was April 1st, Two Little Kits is now 5 years old, which is crazy. I keep having to double check that mentally, but in case I am wrong, I started Two Little Kits, I mean, it was sort of like a really hazy, grey, slow start, but I like to say that I started on April 1st, because that's what Etsy tells me. In 2018 is what I was getting at. So April 1st, 2018. And that was, yeah, when I had my Etsy site go live. I had things to show. Back then it was just simply stitch people portraits. I didn't have any patterns. I didn't have any fonts yet, basically, yet. And now I've got fonts and so many cross stitch patterns and decor elements and embroidery patterns and merch and samplers and so much stuff, which is very cool. I don't know, 5 years is awesome. I like the whole things by 5. I always set like volume in the car, for example, at a 5 if I can. It's just one of those quirks that I have. So a 5 years for Two Little Kits is very exciting. I meant to actually like get a little cake for funsies, for photos, for just a celebration in a way of myself. But I forgot. I was too busy doing the next thing that I'm excited about, which is launching my new website. There are quite a few hiccups that I've found. There's still a lot of the blog that I need to import. All of 2022 is missing. A lot of 2021 is missing, and there's a couple from this year that are missing, but they'll get there. It takes a long time to do all of those, and that's kind of the reason why it took as long as it did, because I was hoping to get everything put into the website before I launched. But as April 1st came closer, I was like, I'm not gonna make it unless I don't sleep, basically. And I really, really wanted to have the website up and live for Two Little Kits' birthday, basically. So I prioritized all of the products and all of the pages, like the set pages, not just the blog posts. Then yeah, got it up in the evening last night after lots of nail biting and and I had one person, after I posted about it on Instagram, say, hey, you've got a page broken. I'm like, ah! I'll be still importing all of the blog posts. I'm likely gonna do it. I was doing it from oldest to newest. First of all, I started doing it from the newest, the latest blog post back, and then I stopped doing that after like 4 or 5 of them, and then I went all the way back to the very start and was working through them oldest to newest. And I'm thinking I'll go back to the newest ones because the site's now live. There's 2 that I want to get on that were really helpful for a lot of people according to my analytics that I haven't got up yet, which I just realized. But yeah, it'll be great. It'll be awesome. And if you go to my site and if you have any problems, please let me know. There's a contact form on there, and yeah, Shopify is still pretty new to me. It's very cool. I've had 2 orders already, 2 very different orders come through, which is awesome. And one of them was a pattern, and I haven't heard that there was a problem with them getting the actual file. So phew, I tested that myself and it came out fine. So I'm glad that it appears it's working for everybody else. So, but yeah, with the website, I'm just hopeful that it means releasing new stuff is going to be so much easier. I'm restricted in a lot of things that I had set up for myself, such as linking to these FlossTube videos. I'm going to have to do them as blog posts now, which kind of sucks. But the alternative is making a page every single time I want to make a new FlossTube video. And with the way the back end works, that's going to be a nightmare. So anyway, it'll all be good. Fingers crossed. I hope that I'm right. Let me know what you think about the new site, and if you do order something, let me know what you think about the new process of ordering, because I think that is like the biggest upgrade when it comes to my website, is that it's actually an e-commerce website now, not a website that you can buy things from in a janky way. The next thing I'd like to talk about is the fact that I haven't streamed for a while. My husband asked me this the other week. I realized that I hadn't actually addressed it. So I haven't been streaming for about 2 months now, I'm pretty sure. And it's simply because I haven't felt on a Wednesday when I would stream that I'd be very good company pretty much. I don't want to force myself to stream when I'm not in the right frame of mind, because the streams that I've done where I'm kind of like, ugh, I don't want to do this, they've been, I would assume, because I don't watch my own streams. I couldn't handle that. I hate listening to myself talk when I edit these videos, hours and hours of a stream. Anyway, I would assume that those streams would be so boring to watch, so boring to participate in, because I'm just quiet. I'm often distracted, and therefore you can't, like, nothing is happening. I'm just silent and nothing's going on, you know, over here, or over here, I guess it is, because that's flipped. Anyway, yeah, so I don't want to force myself to stream. I'm not completely done with streaming necessarily, but at the moment I just not feeling it, and I keep wanting to do the Instagram streams as well, but life has been so freaking crazy. I've had so many appointments every single week about something that I'm gonna talk about when I'm ready to another time. Yeah, it's just been there. So I will hopefully get back into Instagram streaming as well, and those were just an hour tops of me just stitching away, but they're really hard to set up as well. And yeah, anyway, so things that have been happening in real life. On Wednesday this past week, I tried to donate blood. I did have a hiccup, I guess, where I asked the tech, I guess, if he could try my left arm to draw the blood from. Even though my right arm has never been a problem, I wanted to be able to use my arms to stitch and do other things during the day. And he was like, okay, you know, I'll see what I can do. And I'm like, cool. And I'll remove this, hang on. Basically, it was not a good idea because I got this, which is really hard to show. There we go. So he burst the blood vessel, not in a big way, thankfully, but after he'd put in the needle, I guess. Is that what it's called? The needle? It's not really a needle because it's, I don't know, whatever. We'll call it that. Once he put the needle in, it pinched in a different way, and then it just kept pinching. And so after a minute, I'm like, get this out. No, I can't. I'm starting to feel woozy and dizzy, because just a reminder that I have a phobia against needles. So yeah, he took that out, and I bled everywhere. No surprise. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, can we try the right arm? And he's like, you know, are you sure? I have to make sure. I have to confirm that you are certain that you want to try again, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yes, I'm here, and I want to get it done. Basically, I want to help. Turns out we suspect that I didn't have enough breakfast, because he set up the right arm and all was fine. And then after 2 minutes or so, I started getting woozy and dizzy, and the world started going wee. And then 30 seconds later-ish, I broke out in cold sweat while my eyes started wiggling, and I'm just like, he's come back over, and I'm like, I'm done. He's just like, are you okay? I'm like, no. So I unfortunately only filled the bag about halfway, which cannot be used. I talked about this on my Instagram stories that day. If you don't know, they have to fill up the bags at least almost all the way. I think he said it was like 95% of the bag needs to be filled at a minimum, and that's because in the bag is anticoagulant to stop the blood from coagulating, because if it does, then it's unusable. So if there's not enough blood in the bag, the ratio of anticoagulant to blood is too far in the anticoagulant end, and then it's not usable. So that sucked. But I tried twice, I guess, and I have learnt now that just go with the right arm. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be worth it. So yeah. So that was an adventure. I went home and, well, I had to stay there for a while so they make sure that I'm safe and not gonna faint, basically. Drinking my terrible electrolyte water that they have and eating some chips while we chat, because he has to see how I am while we talk, basically. Which is how I found out about the anticoagulant ratio thing. Yeah, so then I went home and I felt really, really bummed out about that, because don't like needles. Got 2 needles, didn't even succeed at what I was trying to do. Felt like shit, because this was a little bruise at that point, and then by the end of the day it was like blah. And then on Friday, so 2 days ago, I confirmed before I booked the appointment, but I had to do blood draw for like just regular blood labs for the wellness appointment that I had a few weeks ago. And yeah, I was like, oh, Zoe, could you not, please? But yeah, I was like, I'm getting blood drawn. You know, is this a thing that I can do? Can I have bloods done even though my veins been used and blah, blah, blah. And like, yeah, it'll be fine. And then I showed the technician when I was there what had happened to my arm on the 2 days prior. And she's just like, ah! I'm like, yeah, can we use this arm, please? This one's fine. But yeah, so it was an interesting couple of days. And this arm still hurts a little bit now that I think about it. Just a little, though. What else has been going on? Well, today, because not today releasing it, but today that I'm recording it, is Autism Awareness Day, if you didn't know. And also, if you didn't know, I bring that up because my oldest daughter is autistic, and I just want to I don't know, I don't have like a plan or a speech behind bringing up Autism Awareness Day. It's just internally, I just think about her and think about people like her who are on the spectrum, and how society as a whole, not individual people, but just as a whole, so many people just treat people like my daughter like second grade citizens, and it's heartbreaking. And it's, yeah, I mean, like at school and at her therapy, and people that know her just in general are lovely, but then I hear horror stories about other kids, how they've been treated, and other adults and how they've been treated as kids and adults, and I worry for her, for her future. I worry about her when she's an adult, and what life will be like for her, because I don't like the terminology high functioning and low functioning, because that's super offensive. In case you didn't know that, those are very offensive terms. But my daughter is special needs, so she'll likely never be able to function by herself. She'll always have myself and my husband. She'll likely need assisted living if we can work out how to make that work financially for us. And that kind of breaks my heart, because part of it is just that the world isn't set up to help her and her needs. So anyway, my daughter is autistic. My brother is also autistic, but it's a spectrum, so he's a very different person to who she is. And yeah, happy Autism Awareness Day, I guess. Sorry, Autism Acceptance Day. My apologies. The other thing that's happened this week, which I'm pretty bummed about, because I wanted to wear them today, was I got new glasses from this website that has targeted me with ads for such a long time. Like years, I swear. This company called Pear Eyewear where you get some frames and then you buy toppers which like click onto the frames with magnets. And I was so excited to get them because I had wanted a pair of these glasses for ages. And I got them and I put them on and the prescription is so bad. I can't look around. I can, like if I wear them and I look at something, then everything's fine. But then if I change my vision, whether it doesn't even have to be a different perspective, just like I'm looking at this hand and then I'm looking at this hand, they're in the same distance, like the same distance from my eyes. Everything just goes woo, and so I'm really upset. So I need to go to my optometrist and get them to double check the prescription, and then probably get them to actually like book me in again for another eye test, because the prescription that I used for the glasses was from the appointment that I had about 4 weeks ago. So it's a new like an updated prescription. And this is, I made the connection as well that the latest pair of glasses that I got was about a year ago, because I really liked them. They weren't the pair I wear, they were like these ones from the same company as these ones. And the prescription, I think, I haven't tried them on again, but I think the prescription is the same as these new glasses that I got. So there's something going on. I don't think I've been tested right. I don't know. So yeah, I'm bummed about that. I was hoping to have some new specs to show off, but oh well. I think that's kind of it. There's some other stuff that's been going on that's kind of a bit too personal to talk about right now, but it doesn't mean that I won't bring it up when other things have happened, I guess. But yeah, right now I'm not wanting to talk about them. So sorry. I was just looking through my calendar to see like what I've been doing this last 2 weeks. Yeah, it's been busy, and I'm looking at my next week and I'm just like, I've got a medical appointment tomorrow. So this is going to be late, this FlossTube. So apologies in advance. I don't know how to apologize when it's already up and you're watching it. But anyway, I have an appointment tomorrow to get this esophageal manometry thing put into my nose, just because we're making sure that I'm okay, basically. And I'm not looking forward to it because I have my martial arts stripe test tomorrow night as well, and this is the thing I gotta wear for 24 hours. So yeah, that'll be sucky. But anyway, I'll take some pictures of me and how I look and post them on Instagram so that you guys can be like, ha ha ha, you look silly. But anyway, I think that about wraps it up. I'm going to try and clear my desk so that I don't feel as disorganized mentally, because physically I won't be as disorganized. And I'm gonna go see what my kids are doing because I can hear them chatting and they sound very cute right now because I think they're playing together, which is like, I love it when they play together. So anyway, if you go to my website and if you find anything busted, please let me know. Let me know what you think of my new website. You will find a link down below that you can easily click. You don't have to go and type it in. I know I like being lazy and just tapping a link. Let me know what you think about the crochet circle thing that I'm making. That'd be awesome. And let me know if you are doing either of the stitch alongs that I've talked about, so the Farming Magic stitch along and the upcoming Greenhouse Oddities stitch along, so that I can do them with you. Thanks so much for watching. I hope if you are celebrating it in any way that you have a great Easter. My kids are very excited for Easter, and I kind of may have gone a little bit over the top. But anyway, thanks so much again for watching, and I'll see you around the internet.